What's up, guys, and welcome back to the mic. Today, John and I are diving into something that really hit me like a truck full of vinyl records I didn't order, but totally needed. I stumbled on this wild interview from Jon Anderson, yeah, that Jon Anderson, the voice of Yes, and it might be one of the most wholesome, chaotic, and okay, maybe I should rethink my life things I've read in a while. So grab your tea, your headphones, your emotional support cat, whatever. This is the story of how one of rock's most iconic singers found himself, lost himself, and figured out how to be a musician, all before breakfast. Let's go.
Before breakfast, huh? Sounds like my kind of story, though my before breakfast moments usually involve figuring out if I have enough coffee beans left. Jon Anderson, though, that's a legend. I'm already intrigued about what kind of profound chaos we're about to unpack.
Right? Okay, so let's kick it off with this mind-blowing detail. Jon Anderson remembers hearing Elgar's Nimrod at age 5. 5! John, at age 5, I was eating crayons, probably trying to figure out if the red one tasted like strawberries. He was having a full-blown spiritual awakening.
Eating crayons. Classic. I think my biggest artistic endeavor at 5 was trying to draw a stick figure that actually looked like a person. Nimrod at 5, though, that's next level. What did he even say about it?
He describes the music going through his entire body, like the world's first toddler enlightenment moment. He leaned against the speaker and basically transcended. Respect. Can you imagine feeling music like that so intensely so early?
That's wild. Most kids at 5 are just figuring out their motor skills, and he's out here having cosmic revelations. It makes you wonder, though, if some people are just born with that sensitivity, that deeper connection to sound. Was it the music itself, or was he just wired differently to perceive it that way?
Exactly. It definitely leans into that idea of innate talent or perhaps an almost spiritual predisposition to art. And it doesn't stop there. Fast forward a bit. He sees Rahsaan Roland Kirk and Jimi Hendrix playing in a London jazz club in 1968. Because apparently, he just collects legendary experiences like Pokémon cards.
Oh, come on. Hendrix and Rahsaan Roland Kirk? In a jazz club? That's like hitting the lottery for a musician. I'd still be talking about that night 50 years later. What did that even do to him?
He said that wasn't just a concert. It was like chaos, passion, fire. What even is music anymore? He said that moment taught him what creativity meant. Not just playing notes, but that raw, unbridled expression.
Okay, that resonates. It's one thing to learn the chords. It's another to see someone absolutely dismantle and rebuild what music even is in front of your eyes. That's probably the kind of moment that separates the technical players from the true artists, isn't it? The ones who understand the why behind the notes.
Absolutely. It's about the spirit of it. And this leads perfectly into what I found most relatable. So here's where it gets peak relatable, like Ryan Trahan level relatable. John's recording Close to the Edge with Yes, one of the most iconic prog rock albums ever. He finishes a session at like 4 a.m., exhausted, brain melted, probably smelling like coffee and cosmic ambition.
4 a.m. sessions are brutal. You're in that weird twilight zone where you're not sure if you're a genius or just hallucinating melodies. And Close to the Edge? That album is an absolute behemoth. It's dense, it's intricate. I can't imagine the mental energy that went into making that.
Right? So he walks home, the sun comes up. He literally stops and goes, I think I can officially call myself a musician now. Bro didn't even put musician on his passport occupation page until that moment, after making an album that defined a genre.
Wait, what? That's insane. He's already Jon Anderson of Yes, a band practically inventing new musical universes, and he just then felt like he earned the title? That's some serious imposter syndrome right there, or just an incredibly high standard for himself.
Both, I think, and I love this because am I a podcaster, a storyteller, a guy talking into a mic hoping someone says, hey, that was cool? John took years to say, yeah, I'm a musician. It makes you wonder what that threshold is for any creative, doesn't it?
Totally. I remember when I first started doing, anything creative professionally. I'd describe myself as, I do a bit of this or I dabble in that. It felt almost arrogant to just say, I'm a writer or I'm a designer. Even now, sometimes I catch myself doing it, despite years of work. It's like we need external validation or some arbitrary internal benchmark to give ourselves permission.
Exactly. So if you're out there struggling to define yourself, same page, fam. We're all just walking home hoping the sunrise will give us permission. It's a powerful lesson that it's okay for that realization to come much later than you might expect, even if you're, a world-famous rock star.
It's a fantastic reminder that success in the public eye doesn't automatically mean internal validation. You can be at the peak of your career and still be wrestling with that fundamental question of, am I good enough? Do I really belong here? It's so human.
It truly is. Moving on, John basically said performing with Yes was like being part of a giant musical robot. Everyone had a role, everyone knew their job. If someone played a wrong note, the entire band telepathically sensed it.
A musical robot? That sounds incredibly precise, almost terrifyingly so. Yes's music is so intricate I can imagine the level of synchronization they needed. One wrong note and the whole delicate ecosystem could collapse.
Honestly, that sounds terrifying. But also kinda goals, right? Like to be so in sync with your collaborators that you don't even need words. Then he compares that to performing alone, where he says, if I screw up, I screw up.
Mood. That's a huge shift in pressure, isn't it? When you're part of such a tight-knit, complex machine like Yes, there's immense pressure to be perfect for the collective. But solo, it's all on you, but paradoxically, that can be freeing. There's no one else to let down in the same way.
Exactly. He says fans don't even care. If he forgets a lyric, they laugh with him. Imagine messing up on YouTube and people laughing with you. Can't totally relate, but we dream, John, we dream.
Oh man, if only. I'd love that kind of audience grace. It speaks to the authenticity of a solo performance though. It's less about flawless execution and more about connection, about the shared experience. When you're a legend like John, I think fans just appreciate the moment, the human element, even the imperfections.
That's so true. It shows the evolution of an artist, from striving for that collective perfection to embracing individual vulnerability. But speaking of chaos and comically bad moments, he also talks about the 80s like it's this fever dream, being Granjago Awida one in the world with Owner of a Lonely Heart, while simultaneously living inside a real-life Spinal Tap episode.
No way! He watched Spinal Tap and realized it was his life? That's the most metal thing I've heard all week. I mean, Yes had such a unique trajectory, especially jumping into that 80s pop rock sound. It must have been surreal.
He literally watched Spinal Tap during the tour and went, wait, that's us. Iconic. It just reinforces that sometimes, real life is stranger than fiction, especially when you're a rock star. And he realized the rock star circus wasn't for him, so he dips, reinvents himself, comes back, dips again, comes back again.
He's like that friend who keeps leaving the party but returns because he forgot his phone. Except the party is a world-famous band and the phone is his creative calling. That takes a lot of courage, though, to walk away from something so massive, not once but multiple times, to stay true to himself.
Exactly. It speaks to a deep, underlying authenticity, I think. He wasn't chasing fame or status, he was chasing the essence of his creativity. And that leads us to a really profound part of his philosophy. He says creativity is like walking into a foggy future. You can't see anything, so you just move forward and trust the path will show itself.
Whoa, that's a powerful metaphor. As creatives, we often feel like we need to have the entire roadmap laid out, but the truth is, it's almost always a step-by-step process into the unknown. Trusting that process, that the next step will reveal itself, is so hard, but essential.
Ryan Trahan voice. That's like me trying to find the bathroom at a Taco Bell at 2 a.m. But seriously, it's a terrifying but necessary leap of faith for any artist. And John's view of life? Everything is temporary, everything evolves. Your job is to stay curious and keep making things.
Everything is transitional. I love that. It takes the pressure off perfecting something, because nothing is ever truly final, it's always evolving, just like us. It's perfect advice for any artist in 2025, especially with how fast trends change and platforms evolve. You just have to keep moving and adapting.
It's incredibly liberating, isn't it? If you embrace the impermanence, then every creation is just a snapshot, a moment in time, not a definitive final statement. And this philosophy also ties into his quite unique spiritual era. John went full mystical, reading Hesi, exploring spiritual traditions, singing about enlightenment before TikTok spiritual influencers even existed.
Ah, the OG spiritual influencer. That's amazing. While other rock stars were singing about fast cars and broken hearts, he was diving deep into Hesi and Eastern philosophy. It makes so much sense given the ethereal, almost cosmic feel of a lot of Yes's music.
He literally wrote songs instead of love ballads because he didn't have them. Bro opted out of heartbreak arcs before they were trendy. I mean, talk about marching to the beat of your own drum, or in his case, a cosmic symphony.
It's a testament to his singular vision, really. He wasn't trying to fit into a mold. He was trying to express what was genuinely moving him. And that, I think, is why his music has such longevity and depth. It wasn't superficial.
Absolutely, it's authentic to his core. And speaking of his core, his songwriting secret sauce is just chef's kiss. He doesn't read music, he sings ideas and the band plays them back.
He doesn't read music? With the complexity of Yes's arrangements, that's mind-blowing. So he essentially conducts with his voice, hums these intricate parts, and these world-class musicians translate that into what we hear. That's almost like a superpower.
It's like writing a novel by describing it to your friends and letting them write it. Absolute king behavior. His process is even wilder. Hum random melodies into a cassette, forget about them, rediscover them later, and accidentally write classics. 10-10. Wish my life worked that way.
Forget and rediscover. So basically, his subconscious is doing all the heavy lifting, and then his conscious mind just stumbles upon genius later. That's probably the dream for a lot of creatives, that effortless flow. It highlights that creativity doesn't always have to be this disciplined, structured thing. Sometimes it's just letting ideas percolate and seeing what emerges.
Right? It's not about forcing it, it's about nurturing it, even passively, and trusting that the good stuff will surface. And what consistently surfaces in his work across everything he does is this big message. His song ideas are about unity. His philosophy is about unity. His music is about unity.
That's a beautiful through line. In a world that often feels so fragmented and divisive, to have an artist whose entire body of work, whose very being is centered around the idea of unity, that's incredibly powerful and frankly quite rare.
He said the message behind everything he writes is, we are all one. Honestly, kind of beautiful. Especially in a world that forgets it hourly. It gives his music an almost timeless quality, doesn't it?
It does. It elevates it beyond mere entertainment. It becomes a commentary, a philosophy, a hopeful prayer. And that's something that truly great artists achieve. They tap into something universal and timeless. So what do we take away from John's incredible journey, Lydia?
So what do we take away from John's journey? Your I'm officially who I want to be moment might come late. That's normal. Your creative process can be weird and messy, also normal. You don't need claws. Shout out to the lion story from earlier episodes, if you know, you know. Everything is transitional. Keep making things. And maybe the whole point is that every path is the right path as long as it leads you closer to yourself.
I think that's incredibly insightful. If John Anderson can take 40 years, 12 albums, 3 spiritual awakenings, and a Spinal Tap episode to figure out who he is, then we're all definitely doing fine. It's about the journey, not just the destination or the label.
Exactly. So embrace the fog, embrace the chaos, and trust your process. Thanks for listening, lovelies. We'll catch you in the next one. Stay curious, stay kind, and stay vibing.